Hello, how are ya? Happy Monday. Welcome to the weekly vlog. Pardon the terrible both quality and audio. I'm out for a little hike right now and I am filming on my phone and don't have my microphone with me. So you get what you get. But it's hot out here. It's like 30 degrees, so I'm taking a little bit of a rest by a tree in the shade a little bit. I'm an idiot and didn't bring any water with me, so that was dumb. I'm already more than halfway done. I'm just on my way back. But I brought two cameras with me. I brought my digital, my Sony a7 IV, and then I also brought my film camera, my Canon AE1. So I'm getting in hopefully some good shots. We'll find out. But yeah, it's been a lovely little hike so far. I haven't seen a singular person. It's been great. I've seen lots of birds, lots of cool flowers. It's been very, very nice. So having a good time here. As for what I'm reading this week, I'll go over all that when I'm home. But I just wanted to pop in real quick, say hello, do a little intro, but the books we'll chat about later on. I did bring my Kindle with me, but I don't think I'm gonna stick around in the woods long enough to actually sit down and read. It's a little bit too toasty for that. So I'll read when I'm back home in the air conditioning. Here's a fun fact for you. These white flowers here are called trilliums. They are the official flower of Ontario, and it's actually against the law to pick them. Hello, happy Tuesday. It's time to properly intro the weekly vlog now that I'm not sweating my ass off on a hike. I don't know why I chose to go on a hike while I was also hungover. That was a poor choice, but I did have a good time and I took some cute pictures of like moss. I really want to get a macro lens so that I can get like super close-up shots of nature. That is my jam. I love that. The lens that I have right now is just a kit lens that came with the camera, so it's not like an amazing lens, but I can at least get some kind of shots that I like, but not fully. But I am kind of considering getting a macro lens at some point. I can't afford it right now, but I really want to do it. Speaking of cameras, today at work I had a customer come in. She bought this little tiny Kodak keychain camera that's based off of the ones that they did in like the 1980s, but obviously a digital version of that. And it was so cute, and she got it at a store that was next door to ours at HomeSense, and I told my coworker about it and we both really wanted one, so we went and got one. It's the Kodak Charmra. It's a little mystery box. You have no idea what color you're gonna get, but those were all the options right there. So there's the main stick, and then there is a secret mystery one that's super rare apparently. Guess which one I ended up getting? The secret mystery one, and it's this really cool like gray transparent thing, so you can see all the way inside of it, like all the wires and that kind of thing. I love it. It's so freaking cute. The quality of the photos is obviously terrible. This looks like it's straight out of like 2003, but I honestly kind of love that. And they have like all these cute little filters on it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that in here, but there's a little shot of Tony that I got. It looks so bad and I love it. And then for some of the filters, they have like a Microsoft Paint filter, and there's like a film reel that you can put on there. I have no idea what's in focus or not, but either way, it is adorable. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Did I need to spend $45 on a little gimmicky camera? No, but I'm glad that I did. Anyways, on to the books. So currently I have two things that I'm in the middle of. One of them, which is the Locke Lamora, I'm reading for a different vlog, so I'll save my thoughts for that vlog, but just to at least mention that I am reading it. I'm about halfway through it right now. And then the other one that I'm currently reading is Floating Hotel by Grace Curtis, which is a buddy read with my friend. I'm currently 25% of the way through and having a pretty pretty good time. I like the writing style and the characters, but I haven't quite figured out what the plot is yet. It's just about a hotel in space, and from what I've gathered, each chapter is a different character's POV. So we're just getting like little small snippets of people's days as they're working at this hotel. I don't know if it's going to be an overarching plot or not, but I'll find out as I carry on with the book. But yeah, the writing is good at least, so that's nice, and it is very cozy and comforting as well. So I'm liking it for the most part. I'm just not fully invested into the story. But I also finished a book this morning. I finished listening to the audiobook for Ebony Gate by Julia V and Ken Bebelle. Obsessed. This book was so good. Oh my god, it was amazing. It's described as being a female John Wick, but with dragon magic and portal fantasy. That is so perfectly my kind of book. Like, all of those words together, amazing. And I had a great time with this one. It was so fun. The fight scenes were amazing. I loved the characters in here. There was so much food. The description was incredible. Everything about it was just fantastic. I haven't put it through Cop-Pile yet, but I am thinking it's got to be at least a 4.5, maybe a 5-star. My only like negative for this one is the ending did lose me a little bit, or like not the very end, but kind of the climax of the story. I did tend to zone out just a little bit. The climax wasn't as gripping as I was hoping that it would be, but the rest of the book was so phenomenal that I might just give it a 5-star anyways. It's the first book in a trilogy as well, and I want to dive into book 2 pretty much immediately. I don't think that I will. I am going to read some other things first, but I kind of am tempted to. So we'll see how long I can hold off on that. But yeah, this was amazing. I'm so glad that I picked it up. It had been on my TBR, I think since sometime last year or the year before, but I was trying to pick a new audiobook the other day and I just couldn't decide what I wanted to read. But I really like how on Storygraph, every time that you open the app or refresh the homepage, the previews for your TBR shelf, it'll like randomize it. So it'll refresh it every single time that you open the app. So I like to sometimes go on there whenever I can't decide what to read and just pick the first thing that pops up on Storygraph on my TBR shelf, and that happened to be this one. I had completely forgotten about this book. I had no idea what it was about, but then I saw the comp to John Wick in the description and I was sold immediately. So I had to pick it up and I'm so happy that I did. This book needs way more hype. It was amazing. But yeah, those are the book updates for the time being. I might pick a new audiobook. I'm not too sure yet. I think I might switch to audio for this one, not fully, but for the entire half of the book that I've read so far, I've been doing strictly tandem read where I am listening and reading at the same time. And I'm really enjoying this book. I'm loving it, but it is taking me a long time to read. And the audiobook is due back at the library very soon, so I do need to finish it. So I might listen to a few chapters just over audio here and there whenever I can, and dip back into tandem reading whenever I'm able to actually sit down and read it. So I might not pick a new audiobook right now, but if I do, I actually took one out earlier. What's it called? It's a sequel to something. Took out the audiobook for Soul of the Deep by Natasha Bowen, which is the sequel to Skin of the Sea. So if I don't continue on the audiobook for The Lives of Locke Lamora, then I'm going to switch to this one, or listen to this one after I finish The Lives of Locke Lamora. One of the two. But either way, this one is being planned to be read for this week. Was it on my TBR for the month? No. But the majority of what I have on my TBR for this month are all like things that I either own physically or have the ebook for. I didn't put too many audiobook options on there. My only one that I have on my actual TBR for this month is Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson, and I'm not in the mood for that right now. So now I'm just picking things randomly off of my gigantic TBR on Storygraph. But it is a sequel and it's only a duology, so I'd be crossing off another series completed if I pick up the Skin of the Sea one, whatever it's called. I already forget. What the hell? I literally just said it out loud and I immediately forget what it's called. What are you called? Soul of the Deep. If I pick up that one, I'll have completed a series. So maybe I'll do that this week. I'll probably do that this week, actually. Other than that, I don't really know what else I'm planning for this week. If I manage to finish The Lives of Locke Lamora in the next couple of days, I think I'm going to end up picking up The Book Eaters by Suni D, but that one is again for a different vlog that I'm planning on doing. So other than those things, not sure what the reading plans are, but I'll figure that out once I get there. In terms of life plans this week, do I have any? Oh, I'm going to be pet sitting for my friend again at the end of the week. I'll be there from Saturday until Wednesday of next week. So I'm looking forward to that. And they're fostering kittens right now. So on top of their dog and their 2 cats, I'll also have 4 little baby kittens to take care of, and I'm so excited. It's going to be a great time. So look forward to that content later on in the vlog. It's going to be great. With that said though, I am going to wrap this up. I need to get comfy and cozy on the couch. I live in a basement now and the air conditioning is controlled by the upstairs unit and it's fucking freezing down here. I need to not be wearing a t-shirt anymore. I need to get bundled up into a sweater immediately. So I'm gonna go do that and we'll chat later on in the week. Hello, happy Saturday. I am at my friend's house now. I'm pet sitting here for the next few days. I'll be here until Wednesday, which does mean that this vlog is going to be a couple days late. I normally try and post my weekly vlogs on Tuesdays, but I'm not going to be home until Wednesday evening, and I doubt that I'm going to have the energy to edit a whole vlog as soon as I get home from a full week of, or almost a week of pet sitting. So it'll probably be up on like Thursday, most likely. Not that it really matters either way, but just to mention that. But yeah, I'm here pet sitting for my friend while they're on vacation. The same friend that I pet sit for frequently. I think the last time that I was here was in March, I want to say, sometime around then. But this time is extra special because on top of their two cats, Penny and Sheldon, and their beautiful, adorable German Shepherd, Kylo, they're also fostering 4 kittens right now, and they're so cute. Their names are, oh, can I think of them? Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo, named after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have no idea which ones are which, I'm not gonna lie. They told me before I left and I've already forgotten, so. But they're so cute, they're so sweet. I just spent about a half hour up in the room with them and I got a whole bunch of kitten cuddles. 2 of them were fighting for my lap and it was adorable. They're so sweet. And the other 2 are a little bit more on the shy side, but the orange one actually did jump up onto the bed and was giving me some kisses as well. So I think they'll gradually warm up to me a little bit over the next couple of days. I can't wait to hang out with cats for the next few days. But yeah, aside from that, it's been a pretty good week. I don't think I've done a whole lot. It's been pretty busy just in terms of like house chores and adulting and all that boring stuff, but it's been a good time. In terms of reading, I don't really have any updates, to be honest. Why I haven't been very chatty this vlog is because I just don't have much to say right now. I did finish the Locke Lamora this morning, but that's for a different vlog, so I'm not going to talk about it here, but that's taken up my entire week so far. So my other current read is The Floating Hotel by Grace Curtis, which I have on my Kindle. I'm not super far in. I think the last time that we talked about it, I was like 25% of the way through. I'm now 31% of the way through, so I have not read a whole bunch of that in the last few days, but that is my plan for today and tomorrow, is to try and finish that up because the ebook is due back out of the library in 3 days, so I do want to finish it before then. And then the books that I brought with me to read while I'm here is The Book Eaters by Suni Dean, which is also for a different vlog. I have a whole bunch of ideas for content and different kinds of vlogs that I want to do that I've been really excited about, so I'm finally starting to actually do some of those. So that book will be the next one for a content vlog. So aside from that, I don't really have much. Oh wait, actually I lied. I do have another one. I started an audiobook this morning. I've just barely started listening to the audiobook for Soul of the Deep by Natasha Bowen, which is the sequel to Skin of the Sea. I am 6% of the way through and don't really have any thoughts right now. I'm just getting refamiliarized with the world and what the plot was from the last book. I kind of forget, I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully my memory will be jogged before I get too far into the book. If not, I'll look up a synopsis of book 1 and try and figure out what actually happened in that book, because I like fully forget right now. I'm just listening to the first chapter and I have no clue what's going on, but I do like the writing style and I am intrigued, so we'll carry on and see what happens from there. But yeah, that's really it for right now, so I'm gonna go and get comfy on the couch. I'm gonna grab a snack and my book and have a good time. This is a terrible angle and even worse lighting, but it is what it is. It's what I've got to work with. So, hi. Hi, Kylo. It's Tuesday now, so let's wrap up the weekly vlog real quick. I was gonna wrap it up last night, but I had a very eventful night last night because of this guy right here, but I'll talk about that in next week's vlog. Yeah, so to wrap up the reading real quick, I've done very little of it actually because I have been obsessed with a couple of games. So I've been playing Death's Door, where you play this crow, you're a reaper, and where you just go through this kind of maze and just collect souls. There's a whole bunch of mini bosses and boss battles and that kind of thing. It's very, very fun. So I've been playing that a little bit, but mainly I've been playing SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, which is a modern remake of the like 2003 cult classic game apparently. I never played the original, but I am loving the remake and I have been obsessed. I've spent too many hours doing that. But I have gotten some reading done in terms of, what's it called? Floating Hotel. I am now 75% of the way through, which does include yesterday's reading. So I think by Sunday night, I got to about 60, I want to say, give or take. Either way, I read quite a bit and I am now fully invested. I wasn't for a little bit. I wasn't really sure how I was feeling about it for a while, but I am sucked into the story now and having a very fun time with it. I'm hoping to finish it up tonight. I also started the audiobook for Space Brooms by A.G. Rodriguez, which is a sort of heist in space kind of thing. Or not really a heist, kind of a heist. This custodian on a spaceship ends up finding some data chip that is extremely valuable, and now a bunch of people are after him. So he joins up with some kind of space cowboys and ends up on an adventure. So having a very fun time with this one. I am loving it so far. It is ridiculous and so much fun. I can't wait to continue that one and see where the story goes. The rest of my thoughts will be in next week's vlog, so stay tuned for that. And thank you as always for coming along for this one, and I'll catch you in the next video.